weren't a tester for very long.
Go away! What? No, that's not me. I'm not Esbern. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, hopefully they will,
Delphine? How do you... So you finally found her, and she led you to me.
Well, I mean, there's enough people that play the game. It's a very small player base.
So Delphine keeps up the fight.
But there's enough people playing the game that it would not be difficult for them to find even a handful of dedicated players willing to donate their time.
This one always...
And I emphasize donate. I mean, you know, it wouldn't cost them a thing. They just have to be
only a couple more.
Willing to, you know, take the time.
Frontier would have to...
There we are. Come in. Make yourself at home. That's better. Now we can talk.
Representative or liaison.
So, Delphine keeps up the fight after all these years. I thought she'd have realized it's hopeless by now. I tried to tell her years ago. Haven't you figured it out yet? What more
it's not just Frontier. I mean, I speak about Frontier because we play a Frontier game together.
Just like the prophecy said.
They're not the only ones.
The dragon from
they're just following
who devours the souls of the dead.
A template
no
that
one can escape his hunt.
More successful companies have fallen into and gotten away with. It's like, you know, if this multi-billion-dollar corporation is getting away with not testing the product and just hot fixing it on the fly, you know, why should we, a smaller company, spend, you know, percentages of our profits in trying to fix it before it hits when we can do the same thing?
Yes. You see, you know, but you refuse to understand. Oh yes, it's all been foretold. The end has begun. Aldrin has returned. Only a Dragonborn can stop him. But no Dragonborn has been known for centuries. It seems that the gods have grown tired.
Kind of like safety. You know that well. I mean, you work in a computer programming environment, but there's still safety regulations. It's like, why would a small company spend 15% of their profits on a meticulous safety program when their competition, a company twice their size, literally just pencil whips it?
Take me to Delphine. We have much to discuss. But give me just a moment. I must gather a few things.
No.
I'll need... no useless trash. Where'd I put my annotated annuad?
They'd have to be what?
Genuinely interested in improving safety.
One moment.
I guess that's true. I like his boots. I want those boots.
There's one more I must bring. Well, I guess that's good enough.
Those boots.
Let's be off. I know.
Slick ass boots. Is there anything I can steal from you while I'm here? Ugh, not gonna look forward to this mission when I'm playing the lusty Argonian mage. I'm gonna be in here forever. Jesus. What? You see, my lusty Argonian mage is a bibliophile.
Inkpot, stone, bucket,
You just walked into your library?
Oh, fuck yes. That's exactly what happened. It's Esbern. I don't know if you ever did the mission, but Esbern's little apartment, he's got books everywhere. It's like, oh my god. I'm actually reading the books on a playthrough. I'm gonna... Jesus, there's a bookshelf over here too. But yeah, some of them are actually not a bad read, but some of them... You know who David Weber is?
Sure. Sounds familiar, but I'm not sure.
He writes sci-fi, and he's a fairly popular author.
Book, inkpot, stone.
He has a very distinct style of writing that, and this is not meant in a negative way, but there's no way of getting around this. Makes me want to puke.
What was that?
He's a high...
There's the Blades agent. Kill him.
highly intelligent, well scripted. He writes his books as if he's only going to freaking write to idiots. So it's like, it's really hard to describe without coming across as just... Now I'm punching walls.
You're starting to make me angry.
Dick!
Not like this.
I killed my follower? Nope, there's Feindel.
They must have been both wearing helmets
They are.
because I saw you punching one down to death. I was like, no.
You know when someone gets away with writing a run-on sentence? When they put an entire paragraph in a single sentence by using about 4 or 5 appropriately placed commas, 2 or 3 sets of parentheses, maybe even a semicolon. But by the time you get to the end of the sentence, there's no more question about what's going on because he's told you every single little detail and it leaves absolutely nothing to be imagined. For example, we're going to siege a city. Well, in order to explain the siege of a city, in one sentence, he tells you that the sieging army, who has every intention of shutting off the water supply, but is unable to because their mages have been busy with the unexpected task of producing water for the army, of which they didn't take account. So the lack of mages actually prevented them from being able to dam up the river in time to actually make an effective siege, so that the plan to divert the water supply failing to have been accomplished within the first 3 days actually put the entire group at significant disadvantages, rendering them effectively, but in my opinion, yeah, he's adding his own opinion in parentheses during the story, but in my opinion, absolutely unavoidable. But yes, just goes on and on and on and on and on like this, and you're just sitting there like, good God, man. I don't need to know every thought of plan and leave absolutely...
That made it past the editors.
Oh, no, dude. David Weber is awful. He's fucking awful. And he's fucking rich. But he's a very well-renowned author, and I just... Oh, he makes me sick. It irks me to read anything he writes. I'm sure at some point in time in his career, he didn't write that way, but fuck, he does now. Oh. Mm-hmm.
I'm sure the difference is you actually want to read these books.
I was fixing to say you should find something that actually interests you. Yeah, so you need to find something that actually interests you and find something that's a pretty quick read. Look, man, look, Penthouse does not count. Playboy does not count. I mentioned both of those because they actually have novellas, but a good example, a great example, Chameleon. You remember the movie The Princess Bride? You remember that little goofy fucker when he was going through his little monologue about why he was going to choose which glass?
Yeah, Zine.
Yes, yes. Imagine that in every paragraph.
Inconceivable. Yeah.
Where he just keeps going, you know, he plays out the battle within one's mind during the story, and you're like, oh my god, dude, this is not interesting, you know. We started out. I know they do. I know they do. Otherwise, this guy would not be so well published. But fuck. Yeah, as I say, he makes me want to vomit. I mean, like literally want to vomit when I read his shit. But yeah, some of the writing in Skyrim is playful. Some of it's funny. Some of it's interesting. However, a couple of them, I swear they paid David Weber to fucking write. I was just like, good God. Yeah, some of them. There's no way it wasn't him. I just, surely God wouldn't allow more than one motherfucker at a time to have that level of annoying writing style.
Maybe they're a fan of his work and they want to emulate him.
It's a good possibility. It was like I read one today, and every time I would come to the end of a page, I dreaded turning the page, and then when I'd get to the end of the section, I would just barely tap the button, just kind of hoping that was the end of it, and it was like part 3, part 4, part 5. It was like a 50-page novel in Skyrim. 50 pages of history with footnotes and opinions inserted. You know, it was like the report of a failed siege. Like, good God. It's like there are many opinions on whether or not this next part should actually be added to the official report, but my opinion is that it should be added in order for the full understanding of the particular failure at hand to be acknowledged and understood by the reader. So I'm going to include it. That's almost a word for word, like in the middle of sheer boredom. I was like, dude, you just made that even more boring than it had to be. I found myself grabbing myself by the back of the hair. I mean, the back of my head by the hair, just slamming my forehead into the controller. It's like, God. It's like I love to read, but every now and then. I would.
I have that beer. I need to try it.
I have an opinion of VR that is widely unpopular. But that's not the opinion. VR not being the next thing has been an opinion since what, 1987. They keep trying. Well, regarding what you just said, which is not the case, but my comment on that is simple. So long as we have to wear something that is wrapped around our head and weighs more than 2 pounds, it will never be a thing. I mean, could you imagine Elite Dangerous in VR? I mean, think about it.
I have played it. I have the VR headset. I played it on the PC. Great.
It's great. Okay.
It's great.
How do you feel about the 400 light year trips? I mean, 400 light second trips in VR.
What do you mean? The short ones?
400,000 light second trips are not short.
You didn't say 1,000. You just said 400 light seconds.
Oh, the short. That's what I'm talking about. That 30, 40-minute trip of you can't get away from it. If it's on the TV, it's simple. Put it down, read a book, walk in the kitchen, get you something to eat, go to the bathroom. I mean, go have a smoke if that's your thing. There's a million things you can do when it's over there on the wall, as opposed to wraparound headset. It's like, no. And then Skyrim's the same thing. When you're walking from point A to point B, there is that randomness that they do throw enemies at you, pretty sporadically to keep you engaged. But there are those moments of 10 or 15 minutes with nothing there. You're just walking around looking at stuff, it's a beautiful atmosphere. Don't take away from that. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous atmosphere, but it's like, there's some trees. There's some more trees. There's some more trees. Ooh, a fox. Yeah, look at the fox. Oh, hey, some more trees. Well, for someone with a short attention span, that's saying a lot. What about the other 600 hours that you have to play the game? I'm glad somebody likes it. I'm not gonna knock it. I'm just, I don't like it. When I play a video game, I like to be able to get up and walk away. Come back to it later. Been a pleasure speaking with you again, man.
Yeah, likewise.
Hope you enjoy your video when you have time to watch it.
Yeah, I was watching it earlier. Missions that I didn't accept. So I'll finish those. 2 couriers, missions to 1 system, and then 5 missions.
Oh.
I think so. I don't run that check. Check with ice, I guess.
Ink pot, stone, bucket, book, knife.
As long as he's not obnoxious.
Come here, come here, come here, come here.
Could you get the hell out of the doorway?
Bucket, knife, book, ink pot, stone. No, no, no.
Yes, yes, closer. I won't bite. Promise.
I'd like to think someday I might be able to read a David Weber book and enjoy it.
I mean, it's only going to be possible if he changes his style.
I don't know. I mean, I've gone back and read authors that I previously didn't like and enjoyed them like later on in life. So, I mean, for example, you ever read Homer?
I have the audiobook version, the Iliad.
Please tell me it's the abridged version.
I think it was like a summary.
Okay.
I was thinking of
Looking for wood.
reviewing the full one.
Mm-hmm. So the Iliad.
Is it like that?
Um,
Like that? Like what you described?
You know when they're crossing the sea, and he tells you of every ship commander and his lineage back to the gods. It's like that.
Like parts of the
Numbers, Book of Numbers. One of my favorite sermons is out of Numbers. How I found that sermon is probably a completely different story, but after having read the Bible, I was like, I was praying one day. I was like, surely God, you did not put a useless book in your Bible. There has got to be a reason you put this book in here.
They're reforming the dawn.
And I'm reading it, and I'm reading it, and I'm reading it.
Who's there?
And once again, I'm like, surely to God. What's that? Why are you guys fighting?
Damn you!
Why did y'all just kill that lady? Oh, anyway. And while praying and begging and for you know, something out of this book. I was like, surely there's got to be a reason this book is in here. Surely you would not bury a book in your word that was absolutely pointless and useless. Not saying that, you know, the information wasn't useful at the time, but I'm just reading and reading and reading and like wanting to claw my eyes out and try to stay awake. I was like, there's got to be a reason you put this in here. Balaam and his donkey is in Numbers, but good God, you have to read through a lot to get there.
Yeah, it's almost like that's the reward for trudging through it.
Oh, and that's literally probably one of my favorite sermons. But oh my gosh, yeah, getting to it, and I was like, oh, why is this in here? You know.
Sheathe those clothes, Khajiit.
A lot of people have trouble with the lineages.
Well, I mean, he traced Jesus's lineage back to David in one chapter. That was manageable. There was nothing wrong with that. Book of Numbers was like 11 chapters. You know.
Yep.
But yeah, I was refusing to believe that was useless. You know what I mean? I was like, there's gotta be a reason.
Nobody here now.
Oh, well. Must have run off.
You go to bed.
You ain't gotta hang around for us, man. You can go.
I'm finishing my missions.
I know you work full time and
Yeah.
got
If I don't
school
finish
on
these-
top of work.
Yeah, if I don't finish these missions that I took right now, they're gonna expire and I'm gonna get dinged for it.
What do you need,
Before I
Dragonborn?
quit. Damn, this guy's beating that kid.
Delphine. Why, it's good to see you. It's been a long time.
It's good to see you too, Edwin. It's been too long, old friend. Too long. Well, then. You made it safe and sound. Good. Come on, I have a place we can talk. Orgnar, hold down the bar.
How old are you?
Will you?
Yeah, sure.
This way.
Yeah, that's something in the fridge. Got a new bottle of Cusco. Kirkland. It's Kirkland brand. Costco's brand. Yeah.
Now then. I assume you
Sure
know
can find
about...
something similar
Oh,
elsewhere.
yes, Dragonborn.
I got
Indeed, yes. Oh, this changes everything, of course. There's no time to lose. We must locate. Let me show you. I know I had it here somewhere.
Esbern, what?
Give me just a moment. Here it is. Come, let me show you. You see, right here, Sky Haven Temple. Constructed around one of the main Akaviri military camps in the Reach during their conquest of Skyrim.
Do you know what he's talking about?
Shh! This is where they built Aldrin's Wall, to set down in stone all their accumulated dragon lore. A hedge against the forgetfulness of centuries. A wise and foresighted policy in the event.
900.
Despite the far-reaching fame of Alduin's Wall at the time, one of the wonders of the ancient world, its location was lost.
Esbern, what are you getting at?
You mean, you don't mean to say you haven't heard of Alduin's Wall? Either of you?
Alright,
Let's pretend we haven't.
alright.
What's Alduin's Wall, and what does it have to do with stopping the dragons?
Alduin's Wall was where the ancient blades recorded all they knew of Alduin and his return. Part history, part prophecy.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you want to instead save it for that, I understand. Yeah. I'm sure there's going to be some console exclusives. Oh yeah? Okay. Did you get a decent amount of money for it? Damn, dude, that's
Its
not very
location
much
has
at
been
all.
lost
What'd
for
you pay for
centuries,
it?
but
Paid like
I
600
have
something,
found
right?
it again. Not lost, you see, just forgotten. The Blade's archives held so many secrets. I was only able to save a few scraps.
So you think that Alduin's Wall will tell us how to defeat Alduin?
Well, yes, but there's no guarantee, of course.
Skyhaven Temple it is, then. I knew you'd have something for us, Esbern. I know the area of the reach that Esbern's talking about, near what's now known as Karthspire, in the Karth River Canyon. We can meet you there, or all travel together. Your call.
And then he understands.
Your call. Might be safer to travel separately. Attract less attention that way. Don't worry, I'll get Esbern there in one piece. We'll wait for you near Karthspire. Good luck. Ordnar, this is it. The inn is yours. I'm probably never coming back here.
That's crazy.
Sounds pretty shite.
Yeah, it does. Can. So we can do 16K. No, you just have to buy some really expensive cards.
Real expensive what?
Video cards.
I got you.
Like a few $4,000 cards. Well, that's pretty cool that consoles can do.
Just think how far behind it will be come the following generation.
It's the cycle. It's a cycle.
What do you need?
The consoles might be a little bit ahead of the PC for a brief time. But where they
Silkwood of Alsa. Slender teeth ball.
Whoosh!
PlayStation is not going to come out before late next year.
Your end draws near.
Fandal, you want to do me a favor and get off your ass and stop like stretching out and shit?
You can't beat me.
You're as good as dead.
I'm laying down on it?
Your kind has no place here. Die, damn you!
Fuck me. To you? No. Shit, fucking chain lightning, man. Damn, that hurts. I'm like level 11. Why is he using a freaking legend? Not a legendary, but an expert spell.
No. What was that? What was that?
Okay, now that that one's down, the other one should be pretty easy.
Death awaits you. No! Victor!
Wow, this reminds me of freaking Eastern Kentucky right here. What the hell is this? There are trees growing out of the side of a mountain of rock, which I thought was amazing when I actually saw it in real life too. You know the age-old Baptist song, just like I Shall Not Be Moved? You know, the lyrics go, I shall not be moved, just like a tree that's planted by the water. I found that to be incredibly insightful, being as how I've worked on the water for a living. And they're moved quite a bit. In fact, they fall down. Perfectly healthy trees hit the ground. The running water erodes their the soil around their roots, and they just fall over. It's like trees live for sometimes hundreds of years, but if they're close to the water, man, sometimes they don't even live 20, you know. Like I said, terrible example.
Sounds like it.
And then I remember a sermon, which obviously you weren't present for, but I remember a sermon where he said, "You want to plant a garden? Do you go to the rockiest place you can find?" And, well, most people are like, "Well, no." But when you look at wild trees, man, they grow straight out of rocks, man. I mean, running. I decided to go down and help this little settlement because they're being attacked by a dragon, right? Right? That's what you do. You go kill the dragon. And then as soon as I hit it, the entire place lit up as enemies, and I'm like, oh my god. It was a bandit camp. I didn't know what it was on the map. I just, you know, hey. Here I come to save the day. Like, no, you're not. And of course, they're Forsworn. So there's just like 50 Forsworn to know exactly where I am now. Well, they're undead. They're actually dead. Forsworn are resurrected.
I'll see you in pieces.
That might be what I'm thinking of. See, here I am, saving the day, and now I have to defend myself against the people that I saved. I'm thinking the next Elder Scrolls, gold should have weight. I mean, I think it's dumb that I can't carry 2 sets of armor because it's too heavy. But I can carry 600,000 gold around in my pocket. I'm just saying, it's a little immersive breaking.
Come and face the Forsworn.
Come and face the Forsworn. Okay.
Just your best, huh?
Damn it! I'll make you pay.
How you doing there, bud? Why don't you do me a favor and like, there you go. Damn guard just standing there, watch us fight. Oh shit, it's a hack. Okay, I gotta run away now. I'm gonna die if I don't. Fuck, man. It's insane. Great. That makes a lot of sense right there. I just killed the freaking Reach guard, but the Hag Raven survived. Crap. She heals herself. It's dumb. Oh crap. Run, Forrest, run! You can come at this from a different angle. Croesus is a mofo. On a playthrough the other day, I got lucky, and Croesus just didn't attack me. He just stood there. I mean, he juked a little bit, but he just sit there and let me kill him. Never shot at me once. Yes. Croesus is a dragon priest. Yeah, that's Croesus. Yeah, that's Croesus, bro. He sucks, dude. He is a bitch. His staff of fireballs, though, is like, he's weak to fire, but the fact that he uses a staff of fireballs, it's like, it's very deceiving, because you're like, oh, he's using fire. Let's use ice, and you forget that he's undead, you know?
What was that?
What was that?
Wow. That is one thing that always amazes me. The perception. Oh, nice shot. Of the freaking Forsworn is insane. It's like sneak up on a Forsworn and you know you are somebody. Like no shit. I'm at least 50 kilometers away, and that chick just planted a fireball right in my face. I mean, just. This particular playthrough, negative. I am not a Nord. I am a Khajiit. I've got several different characters though. Look at that. Look at that. That right there is why I hate the DLC, because I had to revert back to a primitive graphics package and you started getting this stuff again, which had been previously fixed. The rocks don't meet the ground and you can literally see under the rocks because there's a gap. Yes.
He is staring at you.
Yeah, he's staring straight at me. That's nothing. I might be able to sneak up on this guy. Right, he's gonna sit facing and looking right at me. Look at him. Look at him. The problem isn't him or that one over there. The problem is that freaking mage up there that hits me with fireballs from 20k out.
Never should have come here.
Fuck. That one, she just saw me. Hey guys. Oh, crack.
Shame it had to come to that.
We must be getting close. We should proceed cautiously.
We'd best be careful in here.
This looks promising.
Yes, definitely early Akaviri stonework here.
We've got to get this bridge down. These pillars must have something to do with it.
Yes, these are Akaviri symbols. Here, let's see. You had the symbol for king, And warrior. And of course the symbol for Dragonborn. That's the one that appears to have a sort of arrow shape pointing downward at the bottom.
That's why I like it. Excuse you. Would you get the hell out of the way, Faendal? Sheesh, man. This I find funny right here.
Yes, that's it. The symbol on the middle pillar. Given that Skyhaven Temple was sealed against the return of the Dragonborn, I will try turning all the pillars to that symbol.
Whatever you did, it worked. Let's see what those old blades left in our way.
Later. Well, Faendal. Into the fray! You alright there, buddy?
I'll get to you eventually. There he is. He made it.
You okay there, bud?
Wait!
Why are you stopping?
We should be careful here. See these symbols on the floor?
Esbern's right. Look like pressure plates.
Be careful.
Come on.
We're
here.
close once it's safe.
Which character? The one I'm playing?
Looks safe now. Let's move.
Yes, I think we must be close to the entrance.
This one's like level 14.